That's right, I'm gonna review Jurassic Park 3, the movie. I've been waiting to talk about this for a very long time. People say it's one of the worst sequels to ever existed. Is it really that terrible, as like Nostalgic Craig says? Or what Baker Shadow and most people talk about this movie? Well, slightly yes. And maybe not at all. I already talked about 1 and 2, so this is basically the third movie of the franchise. And I'm hardly talking about almost all of them until I get to the final whole chapter of the series. I would say this movie is not the worst. Oh no, it's not as worse as the final chapter of the series. Not as worse as Jurassic World Nation. This movie is kind of in the word for it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off that noise so we don't hear that doing, doing, doing sound on the other tablet every time I'm talking about something. As I was saying, this movie is basically a thing. This movie exists to be one of those cash cow people that wants to make a quick buck hook out of it. I said B-U-C-K, not what I just said there. This movie came out in 2001, so I'm going to celebrate its 21st anniversary of it being slightly okay and slightly being dreadfully pretty bad. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this over with. This movie starts in Sonora. Yeah, thank you for that big huge title there. Where we cut to our main heroes. End up in Ireland. Where the place is like full of dinosaurs and other things. They enjoy their ride. And there's like another scene that makes no sense. Once they're on the other side of the fog, and then the driver magically disappears for no reason, end up crashing. And they end up in a dinosaur island. And we get to see our main hero, Alan, who did not appear in the first movie, played by the legendary Sam Neill. And she already got married by a different person. Yeah, you thought our main character, Alan, is married by... Huh? Son, I was trained for birds, animal pets. Yeah, I've worked at a state twice now. Let me just get rid of that ad. So yeah, basically Alan has a different job being a teacher now. Like you know who. Unless they force him, give him lots of money to go to that island to discover all the dinosaurs there looking for the boy. Just to bring him back home. Unless they pay him a lot of cash. And hire a bunch of guardians. Like these guys. think, Amanda. Yep, just like in the first movie, they're still finding lots of fossilized dinosaur, or bones and everything. And they have like interesting cast members so far in this third movie. There's like a slight problem with this movie. They're kind of like doing like they did exactly like the same as the first film. And there's that sound effect. Like it sounds like a raptor calling for help, which is foreshadowing that moment. Yeah, in other words, they have to work together to go on the island and find the child. Helen, they're a decent man. So they have to make best efforts to stay alive. In other words, he didn't want to go there in the first place, but they had to pay him lots of money to do it anyways. And here's this random scene that just came out of nowhere. And once Alan falls asleep, and nobody's on board, we get this scene. Yeah, that scene kind of freaked me out as a kid, but I question why would they put that on there and make it look like the raptor is actually talking to him when he said the word Alan. It just comes and goes, and it just ignores it. It almost feels like it served no point whatsoever, just to make it look like the raptor just slaughtered people. Just for that effect. Finally, those are the new raptors in this movie, which is foreshadowing the moment of them and doing what they did before. They kind of reuse the same music from the first movie, which is almost highly cheap. Oh yeah, and the special effects of the T-Rex and dinosaurs don't look half as good as the first film. Also, Alan just knocks out cold and them trying to find the kid. Huh?
Amanda, honey, Dr. Gray said it's a bad idea. What? He said it's a bad idea. What's a bad idea? What's that?
Oh, King Kong sound effect. What do you think it's gonna be? So they get on the plane and get the heck out of there, but unfortunately, the oversized Spinosaurus starts attacking the person. They crash to landing, and like every movie cliche of all time, you know who gets eaten alive? Yep, that guy. Gets teared apart piece by piece by the Spinosaurus. Luckily, their bones don't break apart their airplane. They run for their lives as much as possible. And the best character in the movie, the freaking T-Rex. The mother freaking T-Rex. Yeah, rock and roll. Too bad this fight cuts very shortly. Shortest fight ever. Wow, that was a bit of a cop-out. Oh, don't you think? I mean, the best character of them all just got killed off by the Spinosaurus. I'm pretty sure the T-Rex would not be beaten by a Spinosaurus that quickly. But this is our new main villain of this movie now. So basically it's their fault that they're in this situation, so they have no choice but to quick survive and work together and make their situations worse. At least the raptors are there too on their new design, and find the abandoned factory, trying to find them and see the payphone works. That's if the place has been abandoned for a long time. I doubt anything else works. They have to take everything what they need to survive. Just like this movie is about an hour and 30 minutes. So unlike the first and second movie, they're like 2 hours long. Proving our main characters, for so far we've seen part of this movie, are not like the brightest of the group, including Amanda using that microphone just to attract attention for danger. Also, this jump scare moment. New design of the raptors that look like this. Just wavy spikes all over their heads. Reminds me of the spiky gremlin from Gremlins 2, the new batch. They run out of there as quickly as possible and into the special effects of these dinosaurs on how almost cheap they look. At least the first movie, their special effects of those dinosaurs look realistic, really perfect, until the sequel, even though it's not as super good as the first film. Even though I actually kind of like it, but somehow in this sequel, tried to look memorable, but they do kind of the same as they did in the first film, trying to kill them. Making chompers, though. Very smarter than the humans. And we get separated. But luckily the kid saved his life just in time, and they hid inside the den. So the boy's actually a lot smarter than the adults, because he got everything in his place to survive. Could just build him a big, huge canoe and other parts and stuff, and he would be out in no problemo, all possible. He's kind of the pure genius of the group. Yep. You're in. Anyhow, Alan and the boy had to work together to get out of this and reunite with his family while being chased by oversized Spinosaurus. But for some reason, a big huge wooden door, I can keep it out. His cell phone is just ate. Yep. His friend wants to keep all the eggs to himself. That's why the Spinosaurus has been chasing them all this time. And they're also under a pterodactyl nest. And almost get eaten by those flying demons. Grab the kid and almost get eaten by the children. And he's luckily they save him. They'll grind. Again, their friend Kirby was eaten alive by those ferocious creatures. Luckily, they found their exit layout and used it as well to get out of there. And get the call. In the words of Jeff Goldblum and foreshadowing these movies equal so far. That's a big pile of shit. And the dinosaur's just there for the effect. Just smell them being covered in urine. I mean poop. Anyhow, Alan tries to call for help and instead calls home. In the Maritel. And he watches a better dinosaur movie show. And scared the Spinosaurus away with a flare. Was never seen or heard from again. Alan uses that raptor sound and brings them back the eggs. In the movie, let's just cut the chase ends with them being rescued and a friend, Kirby, survive all that. How does that work exactly? No idea. And the movie comes to the end of pterodactyls flying towards the scene, and it's gonna be a happy freaking ending for them all. And that was Jurassic Park 3. Is it the worst movie of the trilogy? Yes and no. I would say not quite. Oh yes, Jurassic Park 3 is not the best movie they did so far. Or it's not really super great. It's not half as good. Some of the cast members are alright, I guess. The story plot is just simple. They just have to bring the boy back to their home city and bring him back alive. And them surviving the wilderness. It's kind of basically almost exactly the same as the first film. But minor differences. Bit of stack firing. The effects are not super great. It knows it's a big, huge, almost a waste of time and energy. I did like the first movie better. Second is a little bit stupid at times, but believe it or not, I kind of like it. The third movie, however, or they already know it exists just to sound more product placement of other things. I already played like the video game of it, and on the Game Boy Advance is slightly better than this movie. I'll give it some credit, it's short, but it feels like it needs to be a little bit more interested, with more characters and more, in the word for it, progressing moments. I would say Jurassic Park 3 could have been so much worse if they used more or terrible effects of the dinosaurs. Most of them, I would say, look very fakeish, even though we know they're supposed to be fake. Most of them are supposed to be puppets. I don't know if I could take like that giant Spinosaurus seriously on it being scary. I don't know about how the raptors. Sure, they try to be terminating, but they just stand there and not attack Alan. They just randomly just stand there. They're not ready to munch them. They're almost less threatening than those other kinds of dinosaurs that just don't do much of attacks. But come on. This is freaking Jurassic Park 3. Make it look like they actually care and have more energy in it. Instead, they know how to mess up a pretty good franchise. This third movie not as worse as people seem to think of. It's like the old saying, it wasn't good enough, but at least they tried. I mean, I did want to see it in a drive-in a long time ago. Since I love dinosaurs, they know how to make it improvingly good, but somehow make it almost least memorable to other movies I watch. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes did give it like less percentage. It's like almost 40 or 30 percentage. In other words, it's a real great to the other Jurassic Park sequels out there. In other words, it's negatively being an average movie. In other tints, it's kind of, kind of a 4 out of 10. It's just not as super good as the first or second movie. The third movie gets like a 4 out of 10, being a below average third movie. If you love it, good. I would say you could just watch this movie once and that's it. You know, it just makes no sense whatsoever what they were supposed to do with this franchise's ideas. At least they brought him back in almost dreadful way possible. At least they tried their best to make the third movie enjoyable, but this will go on to a low grade of being a below average movie ever made. So I'm sorry if those of you like this movie. To me, it's kind of a low grading of being a less successful third movie. So that's all I can say about this movie. On why it exists is because of the money. It's not boring, but they tried. They absolutely tried. So, farewell for now.